John chapter 8 verse number 1. The Bible says that there was a woman caught in adultery. And the Bible said he was caught in the very act. In other words, there is evidence that she has offended. And they brought her to Jesus. And the Bible said Jesus stood down and started to write on the ground with his finger. And he stood up and asked them, if you have never sinned, throw the first stone. And he stood down again and started writing. The Bible says that when he lifted up his head, nobody was standing. Everyone has left. Listen, they didn't put down the stone, they left. Everybody went home. Though she has sinned, but no man has a case against her. Then Jesus looks at the woman and said, neither do I condemn you. Go and sin no more. Why did he do that? Because as at Exodus 34, that he went back to Mount Sinai with 2 stones. Remember that Moses went once, brought the stone that God wrote with his finger, the laws, and then he brought back and came to meet them worshiping a calf, and he left the stone and broke it. And God said, come the second time and bring 2 stones yourself and I will write for you. And he went again the second time, and God wrote for him, and he came down. And when Jesus stood down for the first time, he was right. He was telling that I was the one, the same finger that wrote for Moses the first time. I'm the second finger that wrote for Moses the second time. And now I am here myself. The law you want to accuse this woman on, I'm the one who wrote it 2 times that you are following. Now I have come to reveal my true essence. The first stone was not my true glory. The second stone was not my true glory. Now the word has come in flesh and blood to reveal the true glorious presence that Moses was looking for. I have come, and now this is my message. I am merciful, I am gracious, I am long suffering, I am abundant in goodness, and I am full of truth, keeping mercy for thousands and forgiving sins and transgressions and iniquity. I have come and I am making my judgment over her. I want to show this woman mercy. I might not know her name, but I show her mercy. I might not even be there when you caught him, but I've shown her mercy because I have come in the true essence of God's nature. God is merciful. Listen, mercy is not the absence of offense. Mercy is the dismissal of judgment in the presence of. But I still want to show you kindness. You deserve it, but I still want to show you kindness. That is mercy. They wanted to prove to Jesus that we caught her in the very act. Jesus said that is what gives relevance to mercy. Is when the person is caught in the very act and I still show the person mercy. That is the true essence of who I am. May God show us mercy this morning. I said, may God show us mercy this morning. Clap your hands and shout, I receive it. That is who God. If you are looking for God, search into the matter of grace. Matthew chapter 12, the Bible says that, and his disciples ate, broke on the Sabbath day. And the Pharisees began to attack, and they came to him and said, why have you watched your disciples to break the Sabbath? Or have ye not read in the law how that on the Sabbath, Jesus is responding to them, how that on the Sabbath days the priests in the temple profane the Sabbath and are blameless. In other words, in the temple, whether it is Sabbath or not, priests must serve. They are breaking the rule, but because they are serving in the temple, they are blameless. God does not condemn them. He says that, go ahead, verse 6. But I say unto you that in this place is one greater than the temple. If the temple could shield the priests who were breaking the Sabbath, then anyone following the Lord of the Sabbath can also break the law. He said that if temple could stop God from attacking those breaking the law, how much more the Son, the express image of God, the word being made flesh and blood. Anyone following me can break the law and go free. Verse 7. But if ye had known what this means, I will have mercy and not sacrifice. And if you had only known that this saying means, I desire mercy, readiness to help, to spare. I desire to spare people. Can you imagine that God saying my greatest desire is to help? Do you know who must be spared? Somebody who was offended. He said that the deepest desire of God is to spare and to forgive, rather than sacrifice and sacrificial victims. Do you know who the sacrificial victims were? People who were punished because of breaking the law. And he said that anytime they punished the lawbreakers, they thought they were doing God a favor, but they were touching on an undesirable aspect of God. So they sacrificed in the temple, sacrificed on the altar, and animals were even part of the sacrificial victims. And God said, I don't desire for that. Sacrifice is not what I desire for. What I desire for is mercy. I just want to show people mercy. Can you imagine that all the sacrifices they made in the Old Testament, sharing of blood and doing everything, God is telling them that what truly made me happy is when Jesus came and opened the door for me to show mercy.